Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here. Today we're talking about, well, Google, YouTube, because as I record this, YouTube is currently down. Now, I've been a full-time YouTuber for over a decade, but I think everybody who loves YouTube has probably been on the site since pretty much the start. There's now been almost 20 years of content, billions of gigs of data uploaded, but even when YouTube's had bad updates or weird slowdown and stuff, there's never been a worldwide outage until today. And I think I know why, but let's break it down. Hi, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you like daily gaming content. But let's start with the topic at hand. So I was actually building some furniture here, and I was listening to the Daft Punk Alive album, and suddenly my YouTube music went down, which has never happened before. So I tried to turn on YouTube TV, and it had auto-logged me out. And apparently this is happening literally to everybody across the planet. This is not just sometimes like the mobile app will crash or sometimes like the desktop app will crash. This is not just that. YouTube and Google and Gmail, pretty much all Google Cloud services have seemingly imploded as of roughly an hour and a half ago. Now, this is a very long outage. Typically, even when stuff does crash, companies usually get it back up and running within about 15 minutes, especially something like this, $1 trillion company. People are saying in India, it's down. In Argentina, it's down. If people talk about Vietnam, everywhere, it is just down, down, down. It's always nice to come to Reddit and see that everybody else is having the same problem. Love this community. I was there, now I am here. And a lot of people are basically like, okay, so why is it that it's even logging people out of like the PlayStation 5 and stuff? Like, see, this is what you see if you try and turn the app on. I think what's probably happening is what happened a couple weeks ago, which is that a huge chunk of the internet now exists on massive server farms. Obviously, right? You know, the cloud isn't just some amorphous blob. Cloud-based stuff, all streaming exists on physical servers that have started to get more and more overloaded because of AI. Like just in general, whether you like AI or hate AI, basically all these data centers lately are trying to really crank out stuff, power grid wise and everything, to try and make it so they have crazy Google generation stuff, right? Even Google has been putting billions, tens of billions of money into basically AI generation. And by their own admissions, this is bogging down their own servers. If you actually try to look at it, like Microsoft's AI Copilot seems to be crashing Microsoft services a lot. And same with all these things, right? I mean, this is sort of the problem with it. You're stressing systems that were already very much at their very, very limit. If you ever do any reading about how services work, like even it's kind of scary. The more you research how streaming works, it's kind of a terrifying prospect. Like, you may not know this. Over half the internet, like 65% of the entire internet, is technically run by Amazon. It's called AWS, Amazon Web Services. Essentially, they have all of it on their cloud. And they don't just take a tiny thing. They basically say, oh, instead of building your own website and running your own servers, pay us. You make the website, we'll host it, and then everybody comes through us to get to your stuff. You just pay us a tiny monthly fee. But it makes it where when Amazon Web Services crashes, it shuts down a huge chunk of the internet. That actually happened a couple weeks ago, and it just crashed everything from banks to everything. Netflix went down, just literally, oh, sorry, you can't do any transactions. The last big outage of Amazon Web Services made credit cards not even work. Cell phones went down because it turned out a bunch of cell phone companies were even basically putting everything on the same servers that every AI grid is based on. Now, this is the thing. I do think that this is probably going to come back relatively soon. Even as I record this now, actually, I'm going to click here. Let's click the YouTube Reddit right now and see if it's coming back. YouTube is coming back. Okay, so it seems like it is coming back as of now. I am still in that spot where it is very odd that it's even possible for stuff to crash, right? It still feels weird that we're in this area where as everything advances so much, now everybody is throwing their hat into the advanced AI ring, right? It seems like all power grids, all everything is completely based on how much AI it can output. I don't know, rambly off the cuff video. I guess now that it's actually back, I'm gonna go back to listening to Daft Punk. Have a good day. Love you very much. Google. Like the video, subscribe.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.